in the open session of council and further conversation around the adjourned item in relation to the annual plan. It's actually quite appropriate. So firstly, I'm just going to rule on the foreshadowed motion. Given the circumstances we find ourselves in and the uncertainty over the resolution that was neither passed nor lost and effectively results in the status quo, given the next steps that will be outlined by the staff in the next few minutes, I don't see any value in having another conversation about another motion that tries to address all or some of the issues that we've spent a significant amount of time today. So I'm ruling that I'm not going to proceed with the foreshadowed motion that Councillor Greening has put up. Like all things, the most important decision we make is always the next one. And so we've had a debate, arrived at a point in time that is rather exceptional and very unusual. That said, the staff will outline the steps forward, a very brief explanation of some of the risks, and also a process between now and next Thursday for us to have another conversation about the annual plan and the draft process. So with that, I'll now hand over to Sue to take you through steps from here.
Kia ora. Through your mayor, we have the motion up on the screen, motion to progress. What that will mean is once moved, the staff will bring back a revised proposal for you to consider on Thursday.
So the reason for a notice to progress is that the staff need the direction of us to continue to work on the annual plan process to bring something back next Thursday. So in no way does a notice progress lock in anything that we've discussed today. It is simply a direction to progress work between now and that point to bring us something back to reconsider next Thursday. Leith, do you have anything to add around steps from here and the process that staff will need to go through in terms of ensuring that when we get to next Thursday, we are in a legally robust position to make a subsequent decision?
Through the chair, so assuming this motion passes, staff will then go away and review the resolutions currently in front of council. That is going to take quite a bit of staff time and staff work. We are also going to need to source external legal advice to ensure that we have crossed all the I's and dotted all the T's, given the extraordinary position that we seem to find ourselves in. So that's probably enough said on that at this stage. Yeah.
And just to add that report next week will also cover a new timeline, because we probably can't make the timeline we've outlined in today's report.
Okay, thank you. Right, so questions, and then I'll look for a motion to progress along the lines contained on the board. Councillor Greening.
I can't see the motion because it is not displayed.
It's coming.
Can I also just point out that I think the ruling is a bit harsh. There's been other instances where motions have been lost and the foreshadowing has been allowed. And I just think it's not the democratic process of this council to do that, but it's your ruling. Yeah, I'm
correct.
Just amazed with your approach, which is you haven't got your way, you're going
to... Thank you, Councillor Greening. Councillor Ellis.
Oh, thank you. Through you, Mayor, I was just going to check about the timelines, because that seems a very quick turnaround to get all that information, get it to councillors, put it online. Like, is it actually realistically doable?
Through your chair, through your mayor, it is an extraordinary meeting, so an emergency meeting, so you won't get the information in the lead time that you are used to with that privilege. So it is tight, but we're listening and we are following what we've been asked to do.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Kinnemont, and then Councillor McNamara.
Thank you, and I appreciate the staff, what you've done, bring this resolution to the table. Can I ask, when do you envisage circulating the information for the elected members to read? On the day or 24 hours beforehand?
I'll deal with this one. Look, can't give you a firm date at the moment, but I would hope that we can get it the day before, so you have at least a night reading. But because it's potentially quite a lot to ask of you to receive it on the day, and if there's any update on that, I'm sure the governance team will let you know. But I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver.
Okay, thank you, Councillor McNamara.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just curious, seeing as it was neither won nor lost, and we're going to leave it on the table, whether spending the money on external legal advice and all that.
Because there's a distinct potential now that we don't meet our legal timeframes in terms of adoption, because depending, I can't predetermine what the vote will be next week. I have no idea what the vote's going to be next week. It will depend on the work that's done between now and then. Given it's a short time frame and an enormous amount of work, there will be another vote for which I have no idea. The council staff will need to consider the risks and get, I would say, some fairly significant advice just to ensure that we don't run the risk, because the risk of not adopting a rate is, I can't really explain how fundamental that would be in terms of the outcome. So, as I'm sure you're all becoming aware, process is so crucially important that we cross our I's and dot our T's, because we're under constant scrutiny to make sure we follow the right steps. As the council staff have outlined, this is a very extraordinary set of circumstances. They have undertaken to come back in a very short time frame to try and reflect the conversation that was had today. And there is an enormous amount of work to do between now and then. So all I can say is we just need to be really sure that our next decision, whatever that is, based on the advice we receive, we understand at that point what the risks of that decision are, and that will need some legal advice.
My direction would be to keep that as minimal as possible.
I'm sure the staff will endeavour to do that.
The other, slightly off the topic, but these reports weren't online for public consumption 2 days prior to the meeting.
Through the chair, we had we weren't aware that when we published the agenda, it actually didn't get loaded, and as soon as we were advised, we loaded it.
Right. Thank you. I wouldn't say happy, but I'm prepared to move the motion.
Thank you, Councillor McNamara. Is there a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Neubauer. Councillor Greening.
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering if the next one gets defeated and someone foreshadows, are we going to rule we're not going to consult that foreshadowing? I mean, we seem to be ignoring what councillors want to put up as alternatives.
Well, so at the moment, Councillor Greening, I know you have foreshadowed a motion in the event that the resolution was lost. Given every conversation I've had in the intervening 2 hours, of which there have been many, and the sentiment that councillors have expressed, my decision is that we need to make a decision in a week's time with the right advice and information, rather than create on the fly another resolution that we could spend several hours debating and still not arrive at any conclusion. And we won't have the advice that we need in order to make it. So I take it that you're disappointed. I understand that no one is particularly happy about the situation we find ourselves in for a range of differing reasons, I suspect. But that is where we are. So I think we need to give the staff time to go away, reflect on today's discussion and the vote, and bring us back their best advice, including a recommendation to for another crack at the annual plan consultation document adoption draft, and provide us with the information about the risks and consequences of the next vote. And I will reserve my decision about foreshadowing motions till we get to that meeting.
So my foreshadowed motion, can it please be recorded in the minutes then?
Look, I'm happy to record it in the minutes.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, thank you. So we have a mover and seconder for the motion to progress. Unless there's any further questions, I will put the resolution. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. In conversations with council staff, none of the other items on the agenda are crucial to get through today. They need to go away and probably start work immediately on what is going to come back to us next week. So at this stage, I am going to close the meeting. The other items will come back onto agendas in due course. And I will look forward to seeing you all, same time, same place, next week. But hopefully another conversation. So with that, I'll just close with karakia. Kia hiki te kororo, kia whatea, kia mama te manawa o te tangata, kia u ki te ara mō tātou o ora nei, kia kōrongo, kia runga, kia tina, hui e, tai ki e.